Alright guys, welcome back. So now we want to, so now you're begging to start the code. And I'm telling you, I'm going to make this as easy as possible for you to learn the code. So first off, we're going to start off with comments. Comments are lines, or yeah, comments are lines that makes a program easy for humans to read. So say I have a bunch of code like I have an if this that equals plus 2 minus all this. Then in the comment you could say I'm turning this into that. So yeah. So for comments, there's two ways you could do comments. The one most commonly used is the two backslashes. In Dev C++, when you enter both of them, they both turn light blue, which means that you have now entered comment mode. So now you can enter any comment you want, so like blah 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 blah. But I won't do that. But for this, I will enter a comment saying what we will do in this program. So comment hello user program. So this is one line of comments. When you use a double back line thing, it only lasts for that line. So when you press enter, it turns back to black, and the compiler thinks you're about to type in code. But there's also a different type of way to enter comments. This is the backslash asterisk thing. This means that you have entered a multi-line comment, which means that you can type here, space here, space here, blah, 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 blah. You get the point. This is also useful for enclosing blocks of code that you want to see if the program will run perfectly without. If it doesn't, you could just erase the comment closers, and it will return the code back to its regular self. So we want to type in what we're gonna do. So we're gonna put demonstrating the output of C++. Now if you're using the multi-line comment mode, you have to end it with the same thing backwards. What I just said was asterisk backslash, which means that now you have exited the multi-line comment mode and now you're back to regular code. So now that we have this down, we can now enter code. So we first must include a header file. So what we're going to do is put # include. Now we want to include this file called IOStream, which means input output streaming, or in and out of the computer. Now this next line is important. Using namespace std. This means that we are going to use this using the standard library. This is important because if you don't include this, then you're going to have to manually put in std : you have to manually put in std : stoof, but it's too much work, so we're just going to put using the standard library. So now all C++ programs always has int main, which means that we are going to start this program off here, and it always does, because the compiler looks for the main function. So now we enclose in parameters because we have nothing to include right now. So you press enter, open bracket, then enter. It will automatically indent by itself, so don't worry. So now we want to output some text. So we want to use count. This means console output. But we don't want to follow that, so we just put count. And now to send off text out of the computer into a screen, we have to use two less than signs, which means that we're going to output this text because of count. So now to start off the wording process, we have to put quotations. Then we're going to put hello user, period, quotation. Now you can do two things. You can either put up the semicolon, which means end this because we're done with it and we don't need to do anything else with it. Or you could do two less downs again, but end L, which means that we are done with this line and you could jump to the next one. And you have to put semicolon with that also. The semicolon is important. You have to put that with every block of code. Counts and if, for, while, do, while. All you have to use it for everything to finish it off. So now we have finished with outputting, saying we want to output this, and we want to finish it off because we're basically done. So now because we used an int, which means integer, which we will look into later, we will hold on. We will want to return an integer. Now the most commonly used just to end it and say that we have finished it perfectly is use 0. Semicolon. 0 means that it finishes successfully. We don't need anything else to do with it. Return. If it returns anything else besides a 0, then something went wrong with it, and you need to figure out what happened. So now that we have all this done, we can just enclose it with the closing bracket. Now we save it. We'll save it as a, hold on, save as. Now name your file and make sure at the end you use the extension CPP, which stands for C++, obviously. If you don't use it, so you're using something else, and you don't want them to do that. So you make sure you do the C.cpp extension. So you press save, yeah, and now you can run and compile it. You just press the third one from the left. So as I said, compile means that it's turning all this code behind it and turning it into executable program, which reads, uh-oh, what happened? If you have one of those computers like mine who doesn't like you, then you want to do something to force it to keep it up. And in my last in my first program, I included it, and I said I promise I'll tell you what it means, and I'm telling you what it means right now. It means, hold on, let me type it again. System pause semicolon. This means that we're asking the computer to hold up the screen while this is being displayed. So now we want to save this again. Compile. Only use the system pause if this happens to you. If it doesn't, then you're good. So now we have hello user because of we said we wanted to display that. So now I hope you understood this. And here's what basically happened. We have two comments, a single line and multi-line. We included the input-output stream where we're using the standard library, and now we started our main function with parameters. So we started it, and we outputted hello user and ended the line with endl. If your computer's like mine, you have to put system pause to force it to keep the window open, and user return 0. If you use return 0 to tell the compiler that it worked perfectly. and nothing went wrong. So I hope you like this video. Subscribe, rate, comment. Well, no, oh, like, dislike, not rate anymore. Comment, and I will see you in the next video.